Hello everybody, Average Joe here, and we are about ready to play Stanley Parable. It's a game where we get to mess with the narrator. Now, we played a game similar to this, but that game was kind of a next generation of this game called Dude Stop. This one is the original. So, let's go mess with this guy. Loads. Don't freeze on me. Are we done not going?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Hi, narrator.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
And then
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, now we can fiddle with things. No.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
And that's Stanley Parable. If you like what you saw, hit that like button. If you like it even better, hit that subscribe button. Wait a minute. But we just closed that door.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Come on, I know there's a way to get up there. I need a jump button. I wonder, is there a jump button? Edit keys, duck, actions, take pictures. No jump button. Huh. Okay, well, I know this is the way. I just have to do it right. Maybe there? No. Oh, there's a screen here. I love the music. It's so serene and quiet. There we go. Now we just have to get over this somehow. There we go. I broke the game. I broke the game.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? No. Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Bye. Well, I think that's all this is for this particular ending. This game has a whole bunch of endings. You mess with it enough, and you go, boink, begin again. Alright, this time we're going to listen to him for a little bit.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Waiting input, huh? Now, reminds me there's something to do with each of these screens in each of these different rooms. Oh, speaking of.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Screw you, narrator. Oh well, there's more to play with. No. The door with the choice. I don't want it. I don't want it. I really don't want it. Wait, what's back there? Chords and things. I am curious, but I cannot do anything right now. What's this? Another white hallway. Well, let's go play with the choice. Let's go against the grain this time. Because there's ways to play this game both right and west.
When Stanley came to a set of two of them, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Keep hitting doors.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been, but eager to get back to business,
worth admiring
Stanley
at
took
all.
the first open door on his left.
He wants me to go that way. I say no.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Let's see what happens. Whee!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
I died!
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Shut up, dude. I don't think anyone wants to hear your crap. Okay, well that was one of the endings.
Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Ah. See that? More input made. Eventually, that thing gets full, and we'll have to do something with it if I recall correctly. But it gives you an ending. So every time you have a change in the story, you go back there and fiddle with it. Now, this time we'll just go not jump to our death.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
We're gonna see what's on that other side over there.
The employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room.
Shush.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. I'm gonna go the other way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Now, runs in my mind you can go that way.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
We have to go up.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Oh, another door.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
But I went through this door. It has a code key. No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, the door on the right is
I still don't
royal.
think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Yay, we broke the game.
There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
I'm not going to tell you anything.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
No. It said no. You get to do it anyway.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge.
No,
Here,
it's not. It's
based
mine.
on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh, the leaderboard ending. Ha ha.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Ha ha, I got you messing with me. Oh, the baby.
The baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Now, there's an achievement award for actually doing the 4 hours, but we're not gonna.
You heartless
baby
bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have
here? Did I break you yet? Let's go play Skyrim.
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Oh, Minecraft. Yay!
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough?
Mojang made it.
Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough?
Which Minecraft bought. I mean, Microsoft bought.
For you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Yeah, but I can't jump.
This will go here. No, here. And then...
But I can't get in there.
See, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes. It's complete.
It's a door.
I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait. That's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
But I want to be in the door. I want to be in the door. I don't want to go out there. It's scary and dark. See? There's darkness down there. Darkness creates monsters.
It looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light? Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
I broke you. Skeleton, which would have killed me. Or a creeper. Those things appear out of nowhere. I know that sound. That's portals.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
The portal will open in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Oh, it's puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
It runs my mind there's a way to force the door open.
Genius.
Oh well.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game.
Shut it. A little hard to see, guys. Whoops. I fell off the map. Okay, that's interesting. Hallways upon hallways of empty spaces. What's this way? I found a place he doesn't even know I'm here. He said he was going to leave me alone, so let's see how long it takes for him to find me. I'm just going to wander around. I think I've been here. Ooh, light. Computers, I want to get in there. Why am I making sounds like I'm on a keyboard? Odd. Oh, we're back here. We're back home. Only it's a lot more complex than it used to be. Can't do nothing. Did I actually break the game? I think I might have broke... There we go. Haha!
I wonder what he found.
He caught up with me.
If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Are you gonna wait? No, there we go. Reboot! 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 Alright. Now, there is a way to break the game. Aside from what we've already been doing. So,
already this was uncomfortable. And Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Where is that computer screen? I may have already walked by it. I think I did. Yeah, because there's 427. But where's the input computer? I want to add another to my tally. Because it's on every ending, it's on a different computer. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. Come on, input screen. Where are you? I think I woofed it. Oh well. Off to go break the game. I mean, really break the game. We've been fiddling with it so far, but we're really gonna break it this time. We're gonna do something you completely didn't expect,
came to a
buddy.
set of two open. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business,
no, it wasn't.
Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
That way is
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting so long.
Whoa. Hi.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone?
Yes,
I did. That wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices?
Think about it.
Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
No, I'm Average Joe.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Oh, the education video.
This helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
No. Gonna do it.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8?
More.
Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should
In the cosmic
subside.
scale, yes.
At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome
there we go.
back. You may
We've
have
broken
noticed
the game.
that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. Door open, goes this way. Oh, you stinky femme.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Meaning you don't like reality. This is fake. Okay, now what? Go back to your office and try again.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Door on the left. But what if I want to go on the right?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Oh, we're too late already. See, the world is already bending to our will and letters are going wrong. See?
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do?
It's worthless
if there
now.
were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
That's glass. Ah! Oh, no, 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 no. This is becoming scary. I'm gonna go hide. Malfunction. Malfunction. Error. Error. Destroyed.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed.
Didn't I?
It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story.
Mentally, maybe.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Why is that going dark? Now that's trippy. Let's do what he says this time. Did we break the game still?
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yeah.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a coworker dispute. Let it ball up inside you. Resent coworkers for not supporting you. Take out passively against something. Everything is okay. Really it is. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Aren't we all? Number of slides on this slide? Chart. Slides and slides. And slides. And more slides. I'm doing this for an achievement, by the way. I'm just going to sit here and stare at this thing. I think it's either this one or one of the whiteboards. I don't remember which. Increased graphics per slide per slide. Ah ha ha ha! Error! Boss appreciation minute. There should be an achievement award for this, I think. Because this is kind of boring. But you never know. Plant life, football, lunch, travel, comatose. Screw it. I want to go in the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
You're really not helping me, man. Now, runs my mind you can skill screw with the game by going the wrong way somehow.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out.
Huh?
Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
No. No, 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 no.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I'd like to speak, but it won't let me.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
But Stanley can't speak.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors...
Oh, I found this ending.
The door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
Nope.
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please.
Don't
Choose.
sound desperate.
Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Sounds so sad. Alright, well... that was an ending. Now, for now, we are going to come back to this. This has been Stanley Parable with Average Joe, Part 1. We'll come back and fiddle with this some more, because messing with this guy is fun. But for today, this is Average Joe saying TTFN, ta-ta for now, and I will see you after these messages. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you like it even better, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that Patreon page too once I get it up. I'll post it in the description below eventually when I get around to it. Life keeps getting in my way. But anyway, bye.